For 34 years, it was a story of heartbreak, of being one goal short, of controversial calls, of dreams turning to dust. For an entire generation, the FIFA World Cup was a party they were never invited to, a mountain they could never quite climb. They were Asia's almost team, always close, but never in. But on June 5th, 2025, everything changed. After decades of pain, the curse was broken. Uzbekistan is going to the World Cup. Now, drawn against the giants of Portugal and Colombia in a treacherous Group K, the ultimate underdog story begins. But after all the waiting, after all the struggle, will it be a fairy tale ending, or is the dream simply impossible? Before we break down the monumental task ahead, if you believe in underdog stories and love the magic of the World Cup, make sure you subscribe. We bring you the beautiful games, most inspiring journeys every single week. To understand what this moment means, you have to understand the pain. For 34 years, the story of Uzbekistan and the World Cup has been a relentless cycle of hope and despair, often decided by the cruelest of margins. It began with their first attempt for the 1998 World Cup, a campaign that ended with them falling short. For the 2002 tournament, they missed a playoff spot by just one agonizing point. But it was the road to Germany in 2006 that etched the first deep scar into the nation's footballing soul. In a crucial playoff against Bahrain, Uzbekistan took a 1-0 lead. They were then awarded a penalty. Server Jeparov converted it, making it 2-0, a commanding lead. But then, the moment of joy was stolen. The referee, Toshimitsu Yoshida of Japan, correctly disallowed the goal for encroachment. But here's where it gets bizarre. Instead of ordering a retake, which the rules of the game demanded, he inexplicably awarded a free kick to Bahrain. The match finished 1-0. FIFA later acknowledged the technical error and, in a truly strange decision, annulled the result and ordered a full replay. The replay tie ended with Bahrain advancing on away goals. A dream wasn't just broken, it was stolen by an unprecedented refereeing blunder. And the pain didn't stop there. The road to the 2014 World Cup in Brazil was perhaps even more brutal. Uzbekistan battled their way to a final playoff, this time against Jordan. After 2 legs, the teams were inseparable. It all came down to a penalty shootout. The tension was unbearable. Both teams were nearly flawless, converting kick after kick. 9 perfect penalties each. Then, on the 10th penalty for Uzbekistan, their dream was extinguished. A miss. Jordan went through. To be denied by a single kick in a marathon shootout was a level of cruelty few nations have ever experienced. The 2018 campaign felt like a recurring nightmare. In the final group stage, they found themselves level on points with Syria, but were eliminated by goal difference. Once again, they missed out by the slimmest of margins. Always close, never there. The White Wolves, it seemed, were cursed. So what changed? How did a nation defined by heartbreak finally rewrite its destiny? The answer lies in a revolution that began years ago, a shift from relying on luck to building a foundation for success. Since 2019, the Uzbekistan Football Association has undergone a quiet transformation, investing heavily in youth academies, modern scouting networks, and infrastructure. The results have been staggering. Uzbekistan's youth teams became a dominant force in Asia, with their U-23 team's victory in the 2018 AFC Championship marking a major turning point. This wasn't just a team, it was a pipeline of talent, a golden generation forged in the fires of past disappointments. The man who guided them over the finish line was national hero Timur Kapadze, who himself had experienced the agony of past failures as a player. He brought tactical discipline and a hardened mentality to the White Wolves, building a team that was defensively solid and brutally efficient on the counterattack. This new identity was a perfect fit for the talent at his disposal. In attack, the nation's captain and all-time leading goal scorer, Eldar Shomurodov, provides a lethal combination of height, speed, and clinical finishing from his time in Italy's Serie A. Pulling the strings in midfield is the creative genius Jalaliddin Masharipov, a player whose vision can unlock any defense. But the symbol of this new era is the colossal figure at the back, Abdulkadir Kuzanov. The young center-back, who made a move to the top tier of European football, is a physical marvel, powerful, fast, and remarkably calm under pressure. He represents the new Uzbek player, technically gifted, physically imposing, and mentally ready for the biggest stage. The path to 2026 was, true to form, a nerve-shredding ordeal. After navigating the early rounds unbeaten, they found themselves in a tough final group. The ghosts of the past loomed large. But this time, they didn't fold. The campaign culminated in a tense, nail-biting 0-0 draw away to the UAE on June 5th, 2025, a single point that was enough to finally, mercifully, book their ticket to North America. The 34-year wait was over. The curse was broken. Uzbekistan, the first Central Asian nation to ever qualify, was going to the World Cup. Their reward for breaking a 34-year curse? A spot in Group K, a true baptism by fire. They've been drawn alongside European giants Portugal, South American powerhouses Colombia, and the winner of an intercontinental playoff. The challenge is immense, the logistics are daunting, and the opponents are world-class. Let's start with the opening match, a clash with Colombia in the legendary Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. Their first opponent isn't just a team, it's geography. The stadium sits at a staggering altitude of 2,200 meters, 7,200 feet. The air is thin, with about 30% less oxygen, a condition that wreaks havoc on the stamina of unacclimatized players. Visiting teams often wilt in the second half, their lungs burning, their legs heavy. And then there's the opponent. Colombia boasts a squad dripping with flair and physicality, led by Liverpool's electrifying winger Luis Diaz. Their attack is a whirlwind of pace and power. They thrive in chaotic games, and in the thin air of Mexico City, they'll look to press Uzbekistan relentlessly. For Uzbekistan, surviving the first 60 minutes and conserving energy will be paramount. A defensive masterclass built around the resilience of Kuzanov will be their only path to a result. Next up, it's a glamour tie against Portugal in Houston. While the era of Cristiano Ronaldo, the sport's greatest ever international goalscorer, may be winding down, Portugal's talent pool is deeper than ever. This is a squad packed with superstars from Europe's elite clubs. Manchester City's Ruben Dias anchors their defense, while his club teammate Bernardo Silva and Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes orchestrate the midfield. Up top, the explosive pace of Rafael Leao makes them a terrifying threat. The tactical challenge here is immense. Portugal is a fluid, intelligent team capable of dominating possession and striking from anywhere. Uzbekistan will likely have to absorb immense pressure and hope to hit back on the counter through the speed of Shomurodov. Finally, their third match is in Atlanta against the winner of Intercontinental Playoff 1, which could be DR Congo, Jamaica, or New Caledonia. On paper, this is Uzbekistan's most winnable fixture. While DR Congo and Jamaica have athletic squads, they lack the tournament experience of the Uzbeks. This match is the key. It's the one fixture where Uzbekistan might be expected to be on the front foot and secure a victory. Anything less than 3 points here would almost certainly mean an early exit. The 2026 World Cup's new format, with 48 teams, means the top 2 from each group and the 8 best third-place teams advance. This gives teams like Uzbekistan a lifeline. A single win and a draw, 4 points, could be enough. The path is narrow, but it exists. So what's the verdict? Fairy tale or impossible? Let's break down the scenarios. The best-case scenario, the fairy tale. This is the stuff of dreams. Uzbekistan uses the grueling conditions of Mexico City to their advantage. They frustrate Colombia, absorb pressure, and catch them on a swift counter, with Shomurodov scoring to seal a stunning 1-0 win. Buoyed by this, they battle to a hard-fought draw against Portugal. With 4 points secured, they deliver a commanding performance in their final game, winning 3-0. They finish the group with 7 points, shocking the world and advancing to the knockouts. The realistic scenario, the brave exit. This is the path of honor. In the opener, the altitude proves too much, and they fall to a narrow 2-0 defeat against Colombia. Against Portugal, the gap in quality is evident, and they lose again. But with pride on the line, they refuse to go home empty-handed. In their final match, they play with passion, channeling the support of their nation to grind out a dramatic 2-1 victory. They finish with 3 points. It's not enough to advance, but they leave with their first ever World Cup win and the experience needed to build for 2030. They've proven they belong. The impossible scenario, the harsh reality. This is the cruelest outcome. The World Cup can be an unforgiving place for newcomers. The combination of high altitude, long travel, and world-class opponents proves insurmountable. They're outplayed by Colombia and picked apart by Portugal. In the final game, with spirits broken and bodies fatigued, they fail to get a win. They go home with 0 or 1 point, a harsh reminder of the brutal standards at the highest level. So what's the final verdict? For Uzbekistan, the fairy tale has already happened. For 34 years, this nation's footballing story was defined by what it lacked. By the goal they didn't score, the call that didn't go their way, the kick they missed. But now, their story is defined by what they have: a place at the FIFA World Cup. Advancing from this group will require a miracle. It will demand tactical perfection, unwavering resilience, and a touch of fortune that has so often eluded them. But for the first time, their destiny is in their own hands. The journey itself has been a victory. The tears of joy on that qualifying night washed away decades of pain. Whatever happens in North America, whether it ends in glorious triumph or honorable defeat, one thing is certain. The White Wolves are no longer the almost team of Asia. They're a World Cup nation, and that, in itself, is a fairy tale come true. But now, we want to hear from you. What do you think is possible for Uzbekistan? Can they pull off a miracle and get out of the group? Let us know your predictions for Group K in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more underdog stories in the world of football. Thanks for watching.